Levi, what is the angle grinder? What is it throwing out? A whole bunch of what?
Little metal wires.
Hold on, put it against your glove so we can see it.
These little
Those
things.
little wires, okay.
And I had a magnet, and these are metal. So now we have like another tiny grinder.
Almost like a whole nother wire wheel, huh? Alright, well here is another day we're working on, and we're almost all ready. The inside and the outside of the boat, we're almost ready for bottom paint for the bottom here. We're going to go ahead and patch up any loose holes, loose rivets. The paint we bought was specially designed to fill in on an aluminum boat, any leaky spots. And we're going to make this thing pretty sharp. I like the smooth look of the aluminum when it's shined up, but I think for longevity we're going to go ahead and paint it. And we've got a special paint scheme coming, so stay tuned for that. Alright, here we are. Boat sanded down mostly. We ran out of some wire wheels, so we have a little bit to wrap up. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start to coat the bottom. Before we coat the bottom, we got to finish putting all the rivets in. Just one quick note as we're putting the rivets in. I don't know if you can see this real well. I'll put my hand behind it, but these are a closed end rivet. It's important to note that when you're riveting a boat, especially rivets below the waterline, you have to use closed end rivets. That way that there's not the hole, the potential hole in the middle that it could leak water. So we're just going to reattach the strip. We had to grind some of the rivets out to get the stuff on the inside, the seats and the brackets out. So we'll go ahead and show you how we're doing that right now. There's a rivet. Now we just have about 100 more to do, and we'll be ready to coat the bottom. Alright, we've got all of the rivets filled. All the holes in with rivets. We've got some aluminum we patched, some cracks, some crevices. We've melted aluminum into them. I think we've got everything staged at the point where we feel good to start putting the coating on the bottom at this point. I'll show you the boat. We've got it, like I said, we've got it all set, sanded, prepped, ready to go. We're getting ready to wipe it down with some rags, with some paint thinner. We've got our latex gloves. We're going to go ahead and paint it with this product called Coat It. You'll see that they have a part A and a part B. The directions clearly state that they want you to mix it, which is unique. They want you to mix it by weight. I don't have a scale. It covers 80 square feet. My boat's exactly, the bottom is 80 square feet. It has 30 minutes of working time. So we're going to get the whole thing prepped, have everything ready. And as soon as it's out, me and Steven are going to rush. We're going to go ahead and coat every rivet, every crevice, everything we've got. We're going to work from the back to the front, and if we're done at the front, we have any left over, we're going to circle back to the back of the boat and just touch up anything that needs to be done. So stay tuned. We'll show you how it goes. I'm interested to see how it looks, how it fits, and how it performs, but you'll be the first to know.
Alright, so here we are. We just put a tape on where our paint's going to stop. We're heating it up in here a little bit. Paint recommends like 60 degrees. It's 49 degrees outside. We've got the furnace running. So yeah.
So we had to wait a day. I got Steven. I've called in the big help. So we waited a day. We didn't like the way the boat was looking in terms of how much the paint thinner we used to clean the hull, how it was sitting in the humidity. So we left it in overnight. We let it dry. We left some heat on. We've got some heat, heat running today. So you can see here we've got it running, keeping the boat, to touch the boat warm. We're gonna go ahead and start painting this. As we told you, we're gonna start using the Coat It product made by Goop. We've got part A and part B. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna be bold. We're just gonna mix the can all together, use the whole thing in one fell swoop. We got 30 minutes to use it. We're just gonna be double time. We're gonna coat this boat. We gotta keep the temperature 65 degrees. It's pretty chilly outside, so we're gonna keep the heat on to maintain that 65 degrees. It's gonna be loud, so we'll probably play some music for you, and you can watch us paint. Okay, I'll be the first one to admit, I watched a video on Coat It, and I watched the application process, and part of the instructions say that they leave room in the top of the paint can to add part B. There's a lot more room than I'd expected. I don't know if you can see that, but the paint can is pretty low. I mean, I'll show you, I can stick my hand almost all the way down in here without seeing any paint. Okay, I'm just gonna share with you what I'm seeing here. This consistency is so tough that a regular paint stick, I feel like I'm gonna break it while I'm stirring it up. So just word to the wise, you may wanna get a heavier stirring stick. Better, but stir this just so you don't, feel how hard that is. That's no joke, isn't it?
All right, Jake, what do you think?
So far, so good.
All right, so we just finished applying the coat it to the boat. The bottom of the boat is 80 square feet. It's 5 feet wide, 16 feet long. The coat of paint only covers 80 square feet. They measure it out by weight, not by volume. So rather than having to scale and mix it all up, and I had Steven here with his help, we just dumped the entire Part B container into Part A. We mixed it all up and we used it all at one time. Once you mix it, it says to mix it for 6 to 7 minutes. Once we mixed it, they allow 30 minutes to apply it. What I can tell you is that 28 minutes in, we absolutely noticed it starting to set up and it started becoming very difficult. And at 32 minutes, we noticed that when we were applying it, that the new stuff, the new coat that we were applying felt like it was pulling off the old coating. So there is no exaggeration to 30 minutes. There's no buffer room. Take 30 minutes and do it. What I would suggest is have plenty of guys, plenty of people do it, or you're gonna have to start splitting it up. What I thought we would use is a roller for the flat portions and just the brush for the tight spaces. And it was obvious very quickly that we're gonna have to use these brushes the entire time.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for our next video on replacing the transom.